You know that feeling? When you know exactly what you need to do, but something stops you. It's like, there's this tiny moment, right? This split second where you could change everything. But most of us, we let it slip away. We hesitate. We overthink. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow when I feel ready. And tomorrow comes, and we say the same thing again. Here's the thing though, and this might blow your mind, everything you want in life, every single dream, every goal, it's literally just 5 seconds away from you. Right now, I'm serious. 5 seconds. What if I told you there's a simple countdown that can change your entire life? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Sounds too simple, right? Almost ridiculous. But stay with me, because today I'm going to share something powerful with you. It's called the 5-second rule, and honestly, it's changed millions of lives. It rewires your brain, kills procrastination, and turns you from someone who makes excuses into someone who takes action. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works through the story of a boy named Daniel. A regular kid, nothing special about him, except he refused to give up. Even when everything told him to quit, he kept going. His story, man, it's going to hit different. Alright, let me break down the science real quick, because this is actually fascinating. Your brain, it's literally designed to protect you. That's its job. Keep you safe, keep you comfortable, keep you alive. Makes sense, right? But here's the problem. Whenever you're about to do something uncomfortable, like waking up early, starting that business, having a tough conversation, chasing your dreams, your brain freaks out. It hits what I call the emergency brake. And get this, it happens in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. The moment you have an instinct to do something, within 5 seconds, your brain floods you with doubt, fear, a million reasons why you shouldn't do it. You're not ready. You'll fail. Just wait until tomorrow. It's automatic. It's not even your fault. It's just biology. But, and this is the beautiful part, you can override it. The 5-second rule is stupidly simple. The second you feel that instinct to act on a goal, you count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you move. Physically move your body. Before your brain has time to stop you. I know. It sounds almost too simple. But that's exactly why it works. Simplicity is power. This rule has transformed millions of lives because it interrupts hesitation and activates courage instead. And let me tell you about someone who figured this out without even knowing what he was doing. A kid named Daniel who used those 5 seconds of courage over and over and over again, until he completely changed his destiny. Daniel, when I tell you about him, you're probably going to see yourself. Because Daniel wasn't special. He wasn't born with crazy talent. No connections. No advantages. No trust fund. Nothing. What he had was a dream, and a decision he made in 5 seconds that changed absolutely everything. So Daniel grew up in this small town. You know the type, where opportunities are basically non-existent and nobody really expects much from anyone. His family was struggling, like really struggling. His dad was working 2 jobs just to keep food on the table. And Daniel would watch his mom cry at night, trying to figure out how they'd pay the bills. Heartbreaking, right? When Daniel turned 16, he made himself a promise. He said, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to lift my family out of this. I'm going to prove that where you start doesn't determine where you finish. Beautiful promise. But here's the truth. Promises are easy. Action is hard. So Daniel's first real test came on a Monday morning. His alarm went off at 5 a.m. He'd decided the night before, tomorrow I'm waking up early. I'm going to study, work on myself, get ahead. But when that alarm screamed in the darkness, oh man, every single cell in his body wanted to hit snooze. His brain went into overdrive with excuses. Dude, you're exhausted. You stayed up late. You can totally start tomorrow. 10 more minutes won't hurt anyone. Sound familiar? In that moment, Daniel had a choice. The same exact choice you face every single day. He could listen to that voice of comfort. Or, he could count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. He counted. And he moved. That morning, Daniel didn't feel motivated. He felt like absolute garbage. But you know what? He got up anyway. Because, and this is important, motivation is trash. Motivation is just a feeling, and feelings, they're unreliable as hell. What you actually need isn't motivation. What you need is the courage to act in 5 seconds before your brain talks you. So that first morning became a week. That week became a month. And every single day, Daniel faced that same 5-second battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open the book. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do the work. But here's where it gets tough. Life wasn't impressed. Daniel's grades improved, but not dramatically. He was working harder than literally everyone around him, but the results, they seemed so small, almost invisible. And his friends, they started mocking him. Yo, why are you trying so hard? What, you think you're better than us or something? But the worst voice, the absolute cruelest one, was the voice in his own head. This isn't working. You're wasting your time. Just give up already. You know what? Most people quit right here. Right at this exact point, when the effort feels massive but the results feel tiny. This is where dreams die, not in some big dramatic failure, but in the slow, quiet erosion of hope. But Daniel, he did something different. Every single time that voice of doubt showed up, he gave himself 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he made a different choice. He chose to show up, to keep going, to trust the process even when he couldn't see any progress. Because Daniel understood something, even if he couldn't put it into words, success isn't built in the big flashy moments. It's built in these tiny 5-second moments. The decisions you make when nobody's watching. The choice to take one more step when everything in you is screaming to stop. Fast forward 2 years. Daniel's 18 now. He's applied to universities. Real universities. Schools that seemed impossible for a kid from his background. Schools that required full scholarships because there's no way his family could afford tuition. The rejection letters started coming, one after another after another. We regret to inform you. Each one felt like a door slamming in his face. Each one felt like the universe saying, "Who do you think you are?" Then one evening, his father sat him down. And man, this conversation broke something inside Daniel. His dad said, "Son," and you could hear the exhaustion in his voice, "maybe it's time to be realistic. Maybe you should just get a job. Help out with the bills. There's no shame in that." And here's the thing, his father wasn't wrong. They needed money. Daniel's dream suddenly felt selfish when his family was suffering. That night, Daniel stood at a crossroads. He could give up the dream, take the safe path, accept that some people are meant for greatness and others are just meant to survive. Or, he could count to 5. He sat at his desk, staring at one last application on his screen. A full scholarship to a prestigious university. The odds, astronomical. Thousands of applicants for maybe a handful of spots. Why would they ever choose him? His cursor hovered over the submit button, and in his head, doubt was screaming, "Don't embarrass yourself. You're just going to get rejected again. Just close the laptop and get some sleep." But then, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. He submitted it. Not because he felt confident. Not because he knew it would work. But because giving up wasn't an option. Because in that 5-second window, he chose hope over fear. The breakthrough, triumphant but grounded. 3 months passed. Then the letter came. "Congratulations. You have been selected." Daniel read it 3 times before it even registered. Full scholarship. Accepted. His ticket to a completely different life. But you know what? Even that moment, that incredible, life-changing moment, that wasn't the real victory. The victory was every single 5-second decision that led up to it. Every morning he dragged himself out of bed when he wanted to sleep. Every hour he studied when he wanted to quit. Every time he chose action over hesitation. The 5-second rule didn't make Daniel special. It made him unstoppable. Here's something important I need you to understand. Daniel still uses the 5-second rule today. Every single day. Because success, it's not a destination where you arrive and then you're done. It's a practice. It's a series of 5-second decisions that you make every day for the rest of your life. When Daniel started university, he was surrounded by students who seemed smarter, more prepared, more confident. That voice of doubt came back. "You don't belong here. You're going to get exposed as a fraud." 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, raise your hand. Ask the question. Join the study group. When he graduated and entered the workforce, interviews that terrified him, projects that felt way beyond his capabilities, moments where he felt like a complete imposter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, apply for the job. Pitch the idea. Take the risk. Today, Daniel's successful by any measure. He's provided for his family. He's achieved things that once seemed completely impossible. But if you ask him what made the difference, he won't talk about talent. He won't talk about luck or connections. He'll tell you about 5 seconds. 5 seconds of courage, repeated 10,000 times. So now I want to ask you something. What are you waiting for? Seriously, what dream have you put on hold? What goal have you been postponing? What version of yourself are you planning to become someday? Let me tell you something that's going to sting a little. Someday is a disease. Someday is where dreams go to die. Someday never actually comes because you're always waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, the perfect circumstances. But here's the harsh truth. Perfection is a myth. You will never feel completely ready. You will never feel fully prepared. You will never have all the answers figured out. But you can have 5 seconds of courage. Right now, right this second, there's something you know you should do. Maybe it's making that phone call. Starting that project. Having that difficult conversation. Taking that first step toward your dream. And I guarantee you, your brain is already generating excuses. It's already building the case for why you should wait. Tomorrow would be better. You're not ready yet. What if you fail? Don't listen to it. Instead, count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Move your body. Interrupt that pattern of overthinking. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. You know what nobody tells you about never giving up? It's not about one big heroic moment. It's not about climbing the entire mountain in a single dramatic leap. It's about the 5-second decisions you make in the valleys. In the dark. When nobody's watching and nobody would even know if you quit. It's choosing to get back up when you fall. Choosing to try again after you fail. Choosing to show up when you absolutely don't feel like it. Giving up is easy. Honestly, it feels like relief in the moment. But it's temporary relief that leads to permanent regret. Never giving up doesn't mean you'll succeed at everything you try. That's not realistic. What it means is you'll become the kind of person who doesn't quit on themselves. And that person, that version of you, they can accomplish anything. Daniel's story isn't special because he achieved success. It's special because he was ordinary. Just like you. Just like me. He simply made a decision in 5 seconds that he refused to unmake. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, use the 5-second rule. Every single time you have an instinct to act on a goal, count backward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And move. Wake up when that alarm goes off. Start that project you've been putting off for months. Make that call you've been avoiding. Take that risk you've been afraid of. Watch what happens when you give yourself 5 seconds of courage instead of a lifetime of regret. Because your life changes the moment you realize something crucial. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel confident. You don't need to feel motivated. You just need 5 seconds. And the beautiful truth. You already have them. The only question left is, what are you going to do with them? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your time is now. Don't give up. Never give up. Because your breakthrough, the life you've been dreaming about, it's waiting for you on the other side of the next 5 seconds. Now go get it.